If you're an industrial company thinking about working with a marketing agency that is not in your niche, here's why you're gonna fail. What's up guys, Kyle Milan here, and marketing agencies that don't have specific experience in the industrial niche are making mistakes every single day, and I'm gonna jump into these. Why should you listen to me? Well, I own an industrial marketing agency. I've spent 23 years only in industrial manufacturing, and for the past 8 years, we've been dominating the space, oftentimes taking business away from those agencies that just don't have the knowledge or experience. Let's jump right into the main areas where you will fail. Number one, they don't really know your industry. And I don't mean like they don't know your specific manufacturing vertical. They may have a couple clients in industrial, maybe they worked with distributors before, but if you look at the industries that they serve, and industrial isn't the top or the only one, they don't really know it. They're gonna base the strategy and things like that on research and similar things that they've done in the past. They don't have the breadth of knowledge and they don't have the depth of experience in your specific industry to be able to provide a relevant strategy that's gonna produce massive results. If they also work in healthcare, education, tech, finance, and they're marketing for all these other companies, they're not really experts. How big is their team? If they don't have expertise in it, if they don't have people that worked in the industry or have been doing this for a long time, it is going to take a massive amount of time to train them. How do I know this? We have taken so many clients away from, I will call regular traditional B2B agencies that say, hey, wait, we do work with industrial. That is a drop down in our menu structure. It is a tile on our website where you can click to it and say, this is an industry we work in. When you really get down into it, maybe they work with a couple companies. And honestly, even those companies that say we're only industrial, we have taken clients away from them before because they don't really know it. They've got some expertise in some areas and they're trying to break into different verticals. So maybe they deal a lot with products and now they're trying to go into services. They just don't have the experience or the team in place. So they will fail eventually. So you need to stop what you're doing, focus on a marketing agency that has experience in industrial, has that expertise in marketing to engineers, purchasing, operations people, has the team in place like we do here at Manufacturing Tribe to be able to hit the ground running and produce massive results and make adjustments as things don't work out exactly as you expect. But rule number one, never work with an agency that doesn't have a decent amount of experience at a minimum in your industry. Number two, it's gonna take these agencies too much time to get started. And even the specialist niche agencies that only work with industrial, I've seen proposals for them, I've talked to them before in the past, and they'll tell you it takes 90 days to develop a strategy and then they implement it. With a traditional B2B agency that doesn't have a lot of experience in industrial, they also will take 2-3 months. They have to learn your target market, they have to learn your company, what it is that you do, who are they going after from a job function standpoint, how am I gonna market to them, what's their job, what's their persona like, what things do they like, don't like, what areas do they spend the most amount of attention to. All of that goes into place and you're paying for that on a monthly basis to where by the time they finally start producing some sort of results, you're so far down the line, you're 4, 5, 6 months in to where you're already committed at that point. It's not about the money from my perspective, it's about the time that you wasted. Any time that you've wasted by not jumping on it right away, not producing content, making those changes to your strategy and getting it out there in the marketplace, you've wasted time, which is more valuable than money because it's a significant amount of opportunities you could have missed by ramping up and creating all that strategy content that really isn't necessary if you work with an agency that knows your industry. So here, we've worked with almost every single industrial industry. I have 23 years experience working with manufacturing companies. As a company, we have over 50 years of direct experience. That's non-marketing agency experience together combined. So as we go down the path with somebody new, we're marketing to engineering, purchasing, operations people. We know how to do that already. What industries are they in? What vertical are you in from a manufacturing standpoint? What products are you selling? What's the value proposition behind it to where we can react much quicker, where our clients are seeing content produced, us jumping in their system, making changes to things typically in the first 3 to 4 weeks. And then from there, it just gets exponentially faster and we're able to bring new opportunities, make massive transition and changes into their marketing strategy at a much faster rate than anybody else in the industry. Third thing is they can't make adjustments on the fly because they don't really know your industry. So they'll say, this is my marketing strategy, we're gonna go forward with this. As things don't work, they're gonna allow things to play out. But if something pops up, they can't make micro adjustments because they don't have the depth of knowledge. So they're going to say, we need to let this play out, we need to see the results, we need to look at the data, then we need to do some research, figure out how are we going to make adjustments to this, what are we going to pivot to? Whereas if they have the experience, they can make those micro adjustments on the fly, they make the adjustment, they tell you what they did, or they say, hey, we need to do this because we're seeing this going down this path, and we need to make a pivot. Are you okay with it? Yes or no? The clients come back and say, hey man, we trust you. You guys know what you're doing, so go ahead and make that adjustments, and let's look at the data at the backside of it and see, did it do what you were hoping it was do? With a niche agency, they're gonna get you to the finish line faster because they don't need as much time to spool up, but also they're going to get you to the end result faster because they don't need to test the market. Even if they start as fast as we do at the second, third, fourth week, even if they say we're starting and producing content there, they're not gonna necessarily be on point and directly be able to hit the target off the bat. They need to test it and adjust it and make adjustments. It's just gonna take too much time. So as things come up, as something new comes up and you say, hey, this isn't something that's in the scope of our work, but we're thinking about doing this event, we're thinking about doing this thing. What do you guys think about it? How would you handle it? Is this something we can do relatively quickly? Most agencies are gonna say, oh, we'll have to do some research, get back to you. Again, time wasted. The way that we are here, we jump right into it, make the decision that day or a day later, say, yes, that is something worth doing. This is exactly how we would do it. Let's start producing it tomorrow or the next day and take that action. That's what it's all about. You have to have a massive amount of action, produce a lot of content in order to get your name out there, get engagement, get new deals in your pipeline and stuff on the top of your funnel. The only way to do that is have somebody that can make adjustments quickly because they know your industry so well and they don't need to ask and do a bunch of research first. Last but certainly not least, number 4, they don't offer all the solutions in-house. They have to subcontract that out. When you partner with a marketing agency, if they are a niche and industrial, you want to make sure that they can offer everything that it is that you need. Now, I'm not saying that we do that because there's certain things that our clients want to do that we say, no, you should not do that. That's not worth it. We don't offer that in-house. And the reason why we don't offer it in-house is because it's not an effective strategy that's going to produce results. Everything else we do 100% in-house. When you work with somebody that has to subcontract things out or go to a different agency and white label it, you're not gonna get the same attention, you're not gonna get the same direct answers, they're not gonna be able to get back to you as fast as possible as pulling somebody from their office and saying, hey, what's an update on this? It's all gonna be done through Slack and community, project management systems like that, which is fine, but if you're looking for the most effective way to do it, they need to have all of the people in-house that are doing the activities that you're paying them to do to where you're not dealing with another third party. That's a very common mistake that people make. So many companies come to us and one of the questions they ask is everything done in-house? Because if we're gonna have you do video, we don't want you to sub this out, or we want you to do video for us. I'm assuming that you're going to hire a local team, and I say no. We actually travel to all of our clients. We write all of our clients' content. It's all done in-house. We don't bring in a third party, another agency to handle the things that we don't have the availability to do. Everything's done in-house, and that's the best way to get the best results because you're controlling communication, you can get all the answers in one place, and at the end of the day, as you grow and scale and you have new things that you want to do and new budget gets increased and available to you and you want to invest that into marketing strategies, it's best to say, I've got one person that's doing all of my marketing, the brand is the same, the voice is the same, they understand our industry, they're already doing email marketing, so they're gonna do paid advertising. And in order to do paid advertising and email marketing, you have to have content. They already write the content, they do the videos. Everything is in one entire ecosystem, which is exactly why, as I built this agency, I've made it to where we do everything that is working today. Next year, we might offer new services based on what's working next year more, but we've gone down the path with numerous services, and we only focus on the areas that work the best, and we build the team around that to produce the best results. If you guys got value out of this, and if you're stopped working with your marketing agency that's not a niche and you want to work with somebody that is only in industrial manufacturing, hit up mfgtribe.com. We would love to jump on a discovery call with you. Be sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. If you want to listen to this in a podcast, head over to Industrial Sales and Marketing with me on all the major podcast platforms, and we'll see you on the next one.